G'day, I'm AJ and this is Modern Guitars. Today, as promised, we'll be looking at the PRS Tremonti Signature Model Series. First, a little bit of background info. Tremonti joined PRS in the year 2000 and he became the second artist to receive a signature model. To this day, the Tremonti Signature Model remains one of the most popular core models, and SE models for that matter, due to its incredible tone and feel. The model at its core hasn't changed too much since its release to the public back in 2001. The guitar is a single-cut body shape with a carved maple top, mahogany back and neck, rosewood fretboard, 25-inch scale length with a 10-inch fretboard radius. The neck profile is a Tremonti thin neck carve. The pickups are signature Tremonti treble and bass. Features 2 volume and 2 tone controls with a 3-way toggle on the upper bout. So what are the differences between the SE and the core models? Well, that's a difficult question because there have been some pretty significant changes to the SE Tremonti models over the years, with each update drawing it closer and closer to the USA core counterpart. The first release, which is the SE model in this video, is essentially a no-nonsense single-cut guitar targeted for rock and metal players. It was dressed up to resemble the original core Tremonti model and had Tremonti's stamp of approval. The original SE model features an all-mahogany body, a maple wide fat profile neck, and a rosewood fretboard with dot inlays. The original model also only came with a wraparound bridge. Now let's go through the key differences between the SE and core models. First and foremost, SE models are manufactured under license by one of multiple guitar manufacturers in Asia. Which manufacturer largely depends on the model and the year. The 2003 SE model in this video was made in South Korea by World Musical Instruments. Presently, we are now seeing SE models manufactured in South Korea, Indonesia, and China. All core PRS models are 100% manufactured in the PRS factory in Maryland, USA. When you pick up an original SE and a core Tremonti guitar, the first thing you'll notice is the difference in weight. The SE model weighs in at 3.05 kilograms or 6.7 pounds. The original SE models were much lighter due to the thinner body design and no maple cap. The core tremolo model weighed in at 3.78 kilograms or 8.4 pounds. As this is a trem model, it is expected to be a little lighter than the wraparound bridge model. And this is due to the trem cavities, which reduces the overall mass of the body. The artist model weighed in at 4.02 kilograms or 8.9 pounds. So this one's a little heavier because it doesn't have the trem cavities, but also it features a maple neck and fretboard, which is a denser wood than mahogany. As you can see side by side, the original SE body is considerably thinner than both core models, which would account for the lighter overall weight. The SE Tremonti model was the first PRS SE model to feature a slight beveled or rounded edge on the guitar's top. Once you get past that rounded or beveled edge, the top is essentially flat. The newer SE models added a maple cap on top of the mahogany body, which adds more of the tonal characteristics of the core models. The SEs in transparent colors will also have a figured maple veneer adhered to the maple cap. In contrast, the core model top is arched but tapers out a centimeter or so around the edges. There are also small carved out divots for the volume and tone pots for a sleek look and ease of use while playing. Core models come with a figured maple cap in varying grades: core, artist, wood library, and private stock. This SE model also features a lovely stain binding around the body and up the neck. Core models don't have the neck binding unless of course you option it, but that's only available in artist, wood library, and private stock models. The binding you do get in a core model though is a lovely reveal binding around the body, which really shows off the figured maple cap. While the SE models also feature Tremonti signature treble and bass pickups, the SE pickups are manufactured again under license by the guitar manufacturers in Asia. SE models also don't come with a nickel-covered neck pickup. There have been some upgrades to the SE pickup designs over the years, which further closes the gap between the core and SE models. The SE model comes with basic non-locking PRS tuners. Depending on the year, the core model will come with either phase 1, 2, or 3 locking tuners. The wraparound bridge is made to the same design as the core models, however it's made in the SE factories. The SE model comes with a pretty standard basic input jack that sits almost inside the routed hole. It's fixed to the body by 2 screws either side of the input jack. All core PRS models come with an extremely high quality input jack that's mounted to a solid plate, and the plate is fixed to the guitar with 4 screws. It's incredibly sturdy, and I've never once had an issue with the assembly on the core models. So what really stands out in my mind in terms of the differences between the two models, number one being the input jack on the SE model. And I think this is like a standard input jack that are on most Korean guitars, but I just found that I was always tightening that nut. And even when it was tight, it kind of felt a little bit loose. The second thing is locking tuners. Those PRS locking tuners are amazing. I really didn't know what I was missing until I bought a core model. So if I was to buy an SE model today, the first thing I'd change is the input jack, and the second thing is the locking tuners. Today I'll be playing through a Marshall DSL 40C with neutral EQ settings. What you're seeing now on the amp is the setup for the clean guitar tests. I will be capturing the audio with a Shure SM57 mic and an ISK BM700 condenser mic. There will be absolutely no EQ or audio adjustment. The only tweaking done will be adjusting each of the microphone's levels. The SM57 being the louder microphone in the mix. Okay guys, there you have it, the PRS Tremonti guitar shootout. I think you'd all agree that there were some subtle differences there between the SE, the Core, and the Artist. To my ears, the Core model had the edge over the Artist and the SE models, although I find the SE is easier to play for longer periods of time, especially standing up in a rehearsal room or on stage, and that's just because it weighs a little bit less than the other models. Also, I've had the SE for a few years shy of 2 decades, so I've had a lot more time to bond with that instrument. The richest sound, especially in the neck and the bridge pickup on the clean tones, is probably the Artist. The SE model has a slightly different voicing, which has a different focus on the lows and the mids, and the Core model kind of lies somewhere in between. Be sure to let us know in the comments which one you thought sounded best, or tell us which model you'd like us to review and shoot out next. We've got lots of content on the horizon, so be sure to like and subscribe if you're into awesome guitars. I'm AJ, this is Modern Guitars, and thanks for watching.